And hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about Swain. Now I've had a lot of issues about Swain since his change. He was the character I learned to play the game on. First, I played everything, right? So we'll just go over the history, right? And this is why I am who I am today. So I get League of Legends because a friend tells me to. And I'm like, hey, so who carries? They're like, the attack damage carry, obviously. I'm like, okay, cool, give me that. And I'm playing like Tristana or something. They give you Tristana for free, And she's a hyper carry. Like she was meta. Everything was wonderful, right? This is like season 4 or season 3. While playing bot lane, one day a pesky mid laner walks up to me and blows me up. I look at it now, but mind you, I'm Terabad at this time. So, there were millions of things I could have done to avoid the situation, but I just didn't know. I just run up at them. Hey, you pull out the gun because you're fed, and you get blown up because all their damage is front loaded. So I look at it. Okay, bet. I become mid laner. You would think this is when I picked up Swain. Wrong. Instead, one day, a top laner shows up in mid lane, right? They're generally pretty tanky. It was around the time where people were using a ton of Singe, and Singe just tanks my stuff, runs straight through my character, flips me over, and he kills me. And I look at him like, this is dumb. Obviously, these are the prime scenarios that made me swap. Because obviously I'm getting dove in by Riven and this and that's happening. Darius is just running up and killing, a lot of silly things happen. What was Darius's original Q? Do you remember his old Q?
No idea.
I forgot. Oh! It's ugly. His Q was ugly. But anyway, it was the same type of thing, right? So he just did the spin.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was disgusting. But anyway, he's running up, running you down, doing 900 health because all true damage, and he had you stacked. I was like, okay, this is dumb. I'm going top lane. Now, obviously, you guys can see that. You guys hear me talk about positivity all the time. But I used to be riddled with flaws too. I'm running around and swapping positions just because someone else has killed me. So now I'm playing Garen top, which is when I found out this is all irrelevant. None of this stuff matters to the original point, right? But I can't stop talking about it now because I started. So this is also around the time when I found out that Garen back then he beat Darius. I don't know what the matchup is anymore. He beat Darius. And that's when I found out that cheaper champs didn't automatically lose to more expensive champs. I was an idiot back then. So I'm playing top. Top's a really long lane. Super long. You dare. He's always been meta. He's always useful, right? Runs me down, hitting me in the back while I try and make it back towards my tower. And I look at it and I say, I'm playing jungle. This is stupid. Because what is junglers just run up behind someone and they just 2v1 you. It's terrible, right? So I'm playing jungle, I'm having a good time. I'm having a grand old time. One day I go to gank mid and I get blown up again. And I look at, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna stay mid, it's fine, everything's ruined, I hate myself. And then I get there and I'm Terabad, by the way. I haven't improved at all this whole time. I'm just swapping every time I get sad, right? So I'm playing any Syndra, I'm playing everything. And then one day this guy, he's gold. Now mind you, I'm silver, right? But I didn't belong to be silver yet. At some point I started playing my games, my placement games, and I wasn't terribly bad, right? But I was never the reason my team was winning. I was just on my team. And my team won or lost, and sometimes it lost because of me, right? I look at how come he didn't protect me? How come this guy didn't run up? Whatever it was, right? Terrible thought processes. And I go from bronze 1, all the way down to bronze 5. I look at it, this is dumb. This game is dumb. And I go, somebody teach me to play, please. And this random gold swimming, because after every single norm game, I would type in, it wasn't even norms. I was still playing ranked, because I was bronze 5, nothing to lose. And like, after every game, I was like, hey, someone please help me, teach me to play. Obviously, you know, the league community is not nice. I got the heck raged out of me. If you don't know to play, where are you in the game? We all bronze 5. Ain't nothing new. Whatever. This guy, he's like, oh, I'm just here, I'm smurfing. He's smurfing from gold, by the way. Lol, lol, lol. That's a joke now. That's a joke now. Back then, though, I was like bronze 5. That was a big deal. Being gold was a humongous deal. It's even still a humongous deal. What is it? Only the top 15 to 20% of players can be gold or up. Silver and bronze, they used to represent the majority of the league base. Most people were bad. Or most people were bad. It's ruined. I can't. So he started teaching me how to play. By the time, back then I was playing Annie, right? I was like, Annie's gonna be my champ. That's it. Simple, can't miss, and she dealt with a lot of stuff. Back then, Udyr was running around wild. Max speed, you couldn't hit him with skill shots. Master Yi running around wild. Max speed, can't hit him with skill shots. Champs would silence you when they hit you. So you had to stun them so that you could hit them. Like, it was ruined. It was really bad, right? So I chose a champ that would cover my weaknesses. No skill shots, and I have to be able to stop people from doing whatever they want to do. So I played Annie. And then this guy, he was the Swain main, right? He was teaching me how to play. We were playing across many champs. He was showing me stuff. And one day I looked at it. Now, mind you, this is after spending a lot of time with him. And the way that I learn is by copying people. I'm a terrible innovator. Well, maybe not anymore, right? But back then, like, I was terrible. And I would just look at it. So this is what he does in this situation? That's what I'm gonna do in this situation. And one day I looked at it, I was like, bro, I don't know. I feel like that champ kind of strong. That Swain champ just kind of strong. He was like, nah. I looked at it. Now this is after spending so much time with him. So I had learned so much from him that, like, at this point I thought I was better than him. And I chose Swain and doo-dooed him in the in the Ditto. Then I doo-dooed him in off matchups as long as I was Swain. Because Swain was strong. Like, he was a dangerous champion. You had to play perfectly around him or you'd get eaten up. Kind of like Annie, but a healier, DOT-er, tankier type of champ. So that happened, and then he was like, you've learned all there is to learn, son. Go forth and prosper. And I did. I queued into ranked, Swain no matter what, and if I didn't get Swain, I would screech, saying to give me Swain mid or else. I was a terrible person. It wasn't nice intelligent gamers yet. It was just unique. You know, I'm winning, like, you don't understand. I'm winning 3v5s, 4v5s. Obviously this is bronze, silver. No one cares, but I cared. I was eating people up. I finally get to gold. And by then, now, there is no, well, the champ didn't, he had his weaknesses, right? But it started to get to the point where people would choose in the matchups on purpose. Oh, you played Swain? Okay, I'm just gonna pick Lux. I'm just gonna play Syndra. Because his weakness has been that he loses to poke, right? He'll get out poke. You hit him from out the range, you just stay out of his range. And there were too many games that would happen where people would do that. They'd just do this. They'd give up farm, they didn't care. And I didn't even understand the concept of how to, like, bully people off farm. I didn't even know what last hitting was yet, by the way. I'm gold. Don't know what last hitting is. And I don't know what pressure is. I don't know anything. I'm having a grand old time playing Swain, so I decided I'm going to swap off, right? So I stayed gold because I was trash, and that's what it was. Back to talking about Swain. So one day, like, I'm playing him on and off, right? He's like, I'm playing him 80% of the time at 700, right? The other 20% I'm picking Annie. One day, they're like, yo, this is like years down, right? I had a good run, I understand. No one turned up. Oh, well, you had your chance. No, I understand. But one day, they're like, we're gonna rework Swain. So I look at everyone, you know, I'm already dropping my theories. Swain's gonna be a good guy because I always thought he was a good guy. Not because there was anything in the lore that said so or anything ever, but I'm playing him, so he has to be a good guy because I'm a good guy, right? I wasn't a good guy back then though, but I thought so, right? I thought that I could do no wrong. So they changed his lore. He's building his army against an unseen evil that only he can see after tricking the demon into giving his power. I was sad. I was so sad, actually. I could not be more sad. Cause I looked at it, wait a minute, why are you guys giving me answers? I don't need answers. Beforehand, Swain was just this old, crippled man, and he was ugly, by the way. He was one of the 4 platonic solids. It was him, Urgot, Sivir, and like, whatever. Like, we just had some ugly champs running around, right? And he was one of them. He was ugly. He was unattractive. He was this old, crippled man. He'd win the battle, and then he'd come out alive after you hear the call of the ravens, right? That was cool. They looked at it, it just changed everything. It just changed everything about him, fine. Right? I can accept this, because they give him new stuff. I'm like, well, whatever, as long as he's not Terabad, it's cool. He comes out, Terabad. And, this should almost be separated, right? These are like 2 separate points, because like me, I'm talking about like the lore right now, right? And stuff like that. But gameplay-wise was even worse. Gameplay-wise, they've created this monster that can do a little bit of everything. Look, he has super long-range poke. The W will never land, ever, unless you've landed E. So, it's almost like you don't even have the W. You just have E. Q got blocked by minions. I'm going over the timeline, so anyone's like, it doesn't get blocked now. Q got blocked by minions. You go for poke in lane, and like a single caster creep blocked the bulk of your damage. He couldn't ult unless he had soul stacks, and his ult was bad anyway. The old Swain ult, granted, maybe it was OP, turning it on and off. I would have taken the old Swain ult any day because, like, thematically, it was a beautiful ult. Everything about him was beautiful, not unexplained, mysterious, right? And now we just had, instead of this guy that transformed into the wibbly wobbly raven, right? He was just this floating angel of death, wings that don't move. And you know what? During the testing, right? That boy didn't even have wings, by the way. That was just them trying to fix the fact that they had changed him entirely. So like he's floating around with his angel of death. He's healing, I guess. Nowhere near how it used to be. The damage was lackluster. Everything about it was ruined. But they put all the damage into the end on this explosion. Now here are the problems with that. His E, you can dodge it by sidestepping, right? You can dodge everything by sidestepping. Lux, Nico, whatever champ, you name it. You sidestep their stuff, right? But you could also dodge it by walking forward through minions. What? He has the only skill shot in the game that's filled with 1,000 caveats. You gotta do that and this and that, and you can only catch them at the max range, but if you throw at the max range, right, now they have more time to react. If you throw it close up, minions are gonna catch it, or they have a universe's time to react. They can walk all the way around your character before it gets back. It's terrible. The W only lands if you land the E. His Q, on the other hand, blocked by minions all the time. What are these guys thinking? His ult's gated by these souls that you can only land if you land that bad skill shot I mentioned earlier. Only the E could give you access to it. Now obviously, if he had a whole team built around him, everyone's running around with CC, and they're running around waving the Wukong stick with the ult or whatever, like, or Udyr just keeps popping up on people, fine, it works. Why is he the only champ filled with you need this and that and this and that? And like he was just the only one for a while. So they come back and they start giving some touch-ups. Thanks. Thank you. Because when I was reading the post about it, some guy, Riot King Cobra, I think, he was like, oh yeah, the ult wasn't that interesting. Said who? You don't play Swain. He's a Cassiopeia man. You don't play Swain. You know how he decided what Swain mains would like and not like? He decided by playing 50 games of Swain on this Smurf. I played more than 50 games of Swain in a week. Like, than he played in the whole time trying to figure out what a Swain maid would appreciate or not appreciate. Granted, he probably asked some people, right? But, you know, I'm on the Swain mains Reddit all the time. And people, they don't know what you talk about. The new Swain's fine. You go look at their profile, Vladimir mains. Fuck you. Like, you don't belong here. What are you doing? You play Vlad. Stop giving your opinion. You play Syndra. Stop giving me your opinion on this champ. Like, I'm not saying that you can't possibly know about the champ, right? But I'm saying that it's more likely that someone that has a love for the champ, obviously, the love can blind you, right? I feel like someone with a love of the champ is a more reliable source about what people like and don't like about a champion. Maybe. So he plays 50 games of Swain on his Smurf. At this point, I'm sad. You shouldn't have said that out loud. That junk tilted me. It killed me. But whatever. They get around to retouching him, like I said earlier. Now his Q can go through minions, and he's no longer gated by the souls. He can always ult anytime it's off cooldown, and every single stack gives him 5 health and gives him 5 extra health when he ults. Cool, right? Wrong. Because the problem is that he can't land that E. The E, he was like, oh, I hit them E's. You won't hit the E's against any competent human being. Because if they're playing a melee, they run up on you when you toss that E. That E is a death sentence. You just don't hold, you just hold it so that people want to play, right? The W will never land on a competent person. If the person's paying attention and you drop the W dead on the center of the character, right? They have time to walk out of it. Now, obviously, we don't want any free damage, unavoidable W all the time, but there's just too many ways to deal with his. I've been looking at other people that main Swain, right? You guys can agree or disagree, but I've just looked at people's stats, right? And people are running around, they play Swain, they're actually really playing a lot of Vladimir. Like it'll be like a diamond Swain, but like most of his games are on Vladimir. He has a ton of games on Swain, but yeah, they're just like 47% win rate, 43% win rate, like terrible. And I look at that and that screams that there's something wrong with the champ. If the best players of a champ can't execute them properly, there might be something wrong. Now granted, we could all just be babies. Everyone could just be a baby. But I think that there's something more to it. The E. Now there's a champ that's really strong right now at the time of the making of this video. Mordekaiser. Super strong. He does almost the same exact stuff. He has a pull that's faster than Swain's, better than Swain's, doesn't get blocked by minions. Why? His Q is in the same shape as Swain's Q. Now, granted, Swain's Q can go through minions now, right? Why is his E and his Q the same as Mord's, but Mord just has like the better version? That's silly. His does crit damage if you're the only one hit by it. Like, it's just silly stuff like that. Whereas Swain, he loses damage the farther you are away, right? He's this animal. I have a long range poke, I got a super long range poke. I have this one skill where I have to be super close to you. Why did I do that? Now, granted, I like his ult. I've always liked his ult. It is the most enjoyable part of the character. Not the new ult, the old one. This ult is doo-doo. We just have a champ in the game that's just a better version of him. If you want to play Swain, let's say you wanted to play the DOT heal mage, right? That he was, you're gonna play Vladimir. Most people that play Swain, they just play Vladimir instead. If you wanted the other half of him, which are the skills, right? Let's say you like new Swain, you like his skills, right? Just pick Mord then, because the same thing. It's terrible. Now there's a point I'm missing here. There's something I'm missing. Because I had it in my head, I forgot. They're gonna give me a ton of seconds. Well, I guess maybe that's everything. Maybe I'm stupid. But the point is that, like, with all these things combined, right? It just turns him into a bad champ. And I miss the old Swain. Everyone misses the old Swain. You can't make everyone happy with a change, right? But for some reason, Pantheon's been changed recently. That boy looking good. So why is it that Pantheon has gotten to keep everything? Like while the skills may be different, for example, like his Q's looking like it's gonna be, it's either a stab or a skill shot, right? Or like he gets to, like he still has everything he had, but like he's better for it, right? We don't have the same thing with Swain. Right now, this is what I was gonna mention. I'm so glad I remembered. Swain is being picked as support. I know you guys want champs to go wherever they can. I want Swain at mid. I want him to go where he was designed. What did you guys do to Annie? Annie went bot lane for 6 months straight. What happened? They took away like 100 auto range from her at the beginning. just because she was going bot. Destroyed mid lane. Annie destroyed it. Then they tried to make reparations by giving us movement speed on Tibbers. I remember that. That was great, by the way. I don't know how you guys took that. It was a good time. Mid laners could use it now. And then bot lane got nerfed. And it was fine, right? And then, you know, people were still running it though. Cause what are you gonna do? A point and click CC at bot. So then she got nerfed again. They made it so that her stun would scale with level now. Why'd you guys hit mid lane again without giving anything back? Like this champ just get hit, nothing gets given back, and now they can't be played at bot or mid. Like stuff like that happens. Now I have Swain, he's at bot. I already like I understand you can check a champ anyway, right? It was fine when he was going top. Who cares? Cool. But for him to just end up as a support, he's being picked for such a long time, right? Swain didn't show up anywhere. If you, like the client, it has champs listed by where they were played most last patch, right? You couldn't find Swain under any of the categories because he wasn't being played after you guys changed him. You guys wrecked it. And now we have him again? You guys tried to make some changes? He's wrecked again because now he's at bot lane. And it's only a matter of time before he gets booped because it's easier to land the skill shot when the two people are down there trying to do their thing. And that's why so many poke mages have become the play now. We had Brand for a while. He got nerfed. He got nerfed, right? Didn't get anything back for mid lane either, right? Like all these champs that I kind of started playing, I was like, oh, you know, I'm kind of fucking. Let me play this. And then it will show up a bot, and now it's just getting gutted. Why? And that I guess that's my last complaint. I'm just ranting about my feelings on it. If anyone somehow makes it through this long video and has an opinion on it, tell me. If not, don't. Right? You hate me. Give me back old Swain. Bye. Get out of here.